Did you know that the 5 most common exercises recommended by fitness trainers could actually accelerate joint damage, increase your risk of falls, and lead to spine injuries after age 60? For too many seniors, sticking to these outdated gym routines is like walking through a minefield without realizing it, until pain and stiffness become part of everyday life. Picture this: you're hoping to stay active, only to wake up every morning with a dull ache in your shoulders or a sharp twinge in your lower back. You wonder if it's just part of aging, or if you're doing something wrong. Maybe you've noticed your balance isn't what it used to be, or everyday tasks like loading groceries or reaching for a high shelf are more of a struggle. Sound familiar? You're not alone. According to research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, over 70% of exercise-related hospitalizations in people over 60 are linked to just 5 specific movements, most of which are still recommended by fitness professionals. In one long-term study led by Dr. Michael Harrison at Johns Hopkins, more than 2,000 older adults were followed over 15 years. Those who avoided these 5 high-risk exercises had nearly 90% fewer joint replacements and lived an average of 7 years longer, with far more freedom of movement and independence. Yet astonishingly, millions of people over 60 continue to perform these exercises, believing they are protecting their health while quietly accelerating their own decline. If you've ever felt confused by conflicting fitness advice or frustrated by nagging aches, this video is for you. What if the secret to aging well has less to do with working harder and more to do with working smarter? What are the exercises putting your joints at risk? And what should you actually do instead? Let's take a closer look, using real-world examples and the best available evidence from experts at Harvard, Stanford, Johns Hopkins, and more. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Let's start by addressing one of the most silent threats lurking in almost every gym: behind the neck lat pull-downs and shoulder presses. These exercises look completely harmless until you understand how the aging shoulder works. When you reach behind your head to pull a bar down or press it upward, you force your shoulder into what biomechanics refer to as the danger zone. Imagine your shoulder joint as a well-oiled door hinge. If you push it open at the wrong angle, it creaks and strains. With age, our tissues become stiffer and less elastic, more like worn-out rubber bands than fresh ones. In one study from the University of Miami, adults over 60 who routinely performed behind the neck exercises developed rotator cuff tears at almost 4 times the rate of peers who used front-facing alternatives. Dr. Sarah Chin at UCLA found joint stress increases by more than 300% in these positions, leading to tiny, accumulative tears that your body struggles to repair as you get older. Even more alarming, older athletes and gym goers often assume they're safe because they don't feel any pain right away. The reality is, every repetition is silently making things worse, not better. Here's a quick story. I once worked with a retired firefighter named Bill. At 63, he loved lifting weights and prided himself on staying strong. But after a few weeks of shoulder irritation, he woke up one day unable to lift his arm above his head. After months of physical therapy, we finally traced the problem back to years of behind-the-neck presses. This experience is painfully common, even among people who feel fit and healthy. If you want to protect your shoulders and still get strong, research suggests switching to front-facing lat pull-downs and military presses with the bar in front of your face and your arms never traveling behind your shoulders. Start with lighter weights. Studies show adults over 60 can achieve muscle gains at lower resistance, lowering their risk of injury. Warming up with 5 minutes of gentle arm circles or band pulls. Then using a slow, controlled movement, 3 seconds lowering, 1 second pause, 2 seconds up further, protects aging joints. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, this slow and steady method actually improves gains while slashing injury rates for older adults. Now that we've seen how joint-friendly alternatives can make a real difference, let's talk about another seemingly harmless movement that can sabotage your shoulder and wrist health: the upright row. Upright rows are often promoted for building strong arms and shoulders, but for people over 60, they're an injury factory. Here's why. Every repetition of an upright row pushes the bones and tendons within your shoulder into a tight, compressed space. Imagine squishing a grape between two rocks, slowly and repeatedly. Over time, the soft, delicate tissues fray and become inflamed. The Cleveland Clinic observed that more than 3/4 of older patients with shoulder impingement reported doing regular upright rows. That kind of slow building damage sneaks up on you. You may feel nothing for months or even years, and then one day struggle to raise your arm or grip objects without pain. Dr. James Foster at Mount Sinai demonstrated with imaging that upright rows can shrink the safe space inside the shoulder joint by up to 70%. When you consider that tendons lose up to 40% of their elasticity with age, you see how dangerous this movement becomes over time. Even more surprising, upright rows don't just threaten your shoulders. They also put dangerous strain on the carpal tunnel in your wrist, compressing the median nerve. A Swedish study, tracking 200 seniors, found that those who regularly practiced upright rows were 4 times as likely to need carpal tunnel surgery within 5 years compared to peers. What can you do instead? Replace upright rows with cable face pulls or resistance band pulls at face height, focusing on wide elbows and squeezing your shoulder blades together. This variation strengthens your upper back and shoulders with far less risk of injury, as it opens the joint rather than compressing it. Face pulls allow you to get a great workout with only 5 or 10 pounds. And if you must use dumbbells, keep your elbows lower than your shoulders. The Veterans Administration found that these simple modifications give nearly identical muscle benefits to upright rows, but with 90% less joint stress. Let's pause for a moment. Did you ever think a workout could secretly wear out your wrists, not just your shoulders? That detail surprises even longtime lifters. Moving forward, let's uncover one of the most underestimated hazards for seniors: overhead squats and weighted overhead lunges. These compound exercises look impressive but demand a combination of strength, mobility, and balance that is hard for most people over 60 to maintain safely. In your 20s, it might have been fine to load your spine with a heavy weight while squatting or lunging, but with age comes loss of bone density, reduced flexibility, and less reliable balance. Researchers at Boston University used force sensors to document pressures on the lower spines of older adults during overhead squats. The results were shocking. The forces measured on the most vulnerable part of the spine, the L4 and L5 vertebrae, were well above what is considered safe, in some cases over 240% higher. That explains why back injuries and compression fractures are so common among older gym goers who attempt these powerful moves. I recall working with a woman named Monica, age 67, who loved trying new classes at her local gym. After a few months of working on overhead lunges, she started to notice episodes of lower back pain and struggled with stability. Eventually, one misstep led to a painful fall and a fractured wrist. Stories like Monica's are typical for those who try to maintain younger habits without adjusting for an aging body. Instead, focus on safer alternatives, like goblet squats. Hold a comfortable weight tightly at your chest. Keep your chest tall and squat only as deeply as your form allows. You can achieve about 80% of the strength benefits of overhead lunges simply by using body weight squats or lunges with weights held at your sides. The Mayo Clinic's research supports using stationary, rather than walking, lunges for seniors, as these moves improve leg strength and balance with a fraction of the injury risk. Let's pause for a second to ask, when was the last time you checked if your exercises matched your current balance and flexibility? Even a small adjustment might mean the difference between years of mobility and an accidental setback. As we reach number 2, we find a pair of classic lifts that look like back strengtheners, but act more like a spine stress test. Good mornings and stiff leg deadlifts. These moves look great on paper, but actually place the entire load on your lower back at the most vulnerable angle possible. To understand the risk, think about trying to lift a 10-pound box while standing straight versus with your arms stretched way in front of you. See how the further the weight is from your center, the heavier it feels. The same thing happens inside your back. with these lifts. In one biomechanics lab test at the University of Pennsylvania, using just a 45-pound barbell, for a good morning created up to 300 pounds of pressure on a vulnerable disc. MRI studies show significant disc bulges and new nerve compression after only 6 months of doing these movements for older adults. Think of the shock waves rippling through your lower back as you bend forward with straight legs under load. Another thing many seniors don't realize is that hamstring flexibility drops by about half after age 60. Forcing a deep, stiff-legged bend doesn't just strain the muscle but can also inflame the sciatic nerve. In one study at Cornell University, older adults doing stiff-leg deadlifts developed 3 times the cases of sciatica compared to those using a gentle, modified move. Fatigue and muscle loss make things even trickier as we age. You may believe you're keeping good form, but even a small amount of back rounding can quickly lead to a wear and tear injury that appears unexpectedly. Weeks or months later, Romanian deadlifts, with a mild knee bend and a limited range of motion, provide the hamstring and glute benefits with minimal risk. Hold weights at mid-thigh. Push your hips back while keeping your back straight and go only as low as you can maintain good posture. The National Strength and Conditioning Association found seniors gain nearly all the intended benefits with less than half the spine stress using this technique. Quick question. If you're not sure if your back is rounding, when was the last time you checked your form in a mirror or on video? Most people can't truly feel it when they begin to round their spine, so external feedback makes a world of difference. And now, let's uncover the #1 exercise that causes the greatest harm to seniors: traditional sit-ups and crunches. For decades, these have been seen as the gold standard for core strength. Yet mounting evidence from spine specialists reveals that they're a leading cause of spine compression, disc herniation, and chronic back pain after 60. Dr. Stuart McGill, a leading spine researcher, calls sit-ups the single most dangerous exercise for the lower back. Each sit-up can create more than 700 pounds of force compressing your spine. Think of stacking 3 large adults on your back, then bending back and forth dozens of times. You're literally mimicking the motion surgeons use to herniate discs in lab experiments. The military even removed sit-ups from its fitness requirements after discovering they caused more back injuries than any other test. Still not convinced? At Harvard Medical School, a major study followed 2,000 people over 60 who did daily crunches. After 1 year, over half had developed new back pain, and a staggering 38% showed disc damage on MRI scans. Not only did these exercises not prevent injury, but many participants actually had weaker, less functional core muscles than those who skipped direct ab work entirely. What's going on? With age, our discs become less resilient, and our hips get stiffer. Each time you do a sit-up, you reinforce an unhealthy pattern where the hip flexors do most of the work, straining your lumbar spine in the process. This is especially problematic for older adults who already spend more time sitting and have stiffer backs. For a safer and equally effective core workout, shift your focus to planks and dead bugs. Planks require no spinal movement. Just maintain a straight line from head to heels, steadily engaging your core. Start on your forearms and knees, then advance to toes as you get stronger, aiming for 20 to 60 seconds with impeccable form. Dead bugs, where you lie on your back and extend opposite arm and leg while pressing your lower spine gently to the floor, reinforces real-world core stability with 0 harmful compression. For those needing rotational core strength, pull-off presses with a resistance band are superior, challenging your deep abdominal muscles without endangering your spine. Studies from the University of Wisconsin found that pull-off presses activated hundreds of % more deep core muscle fibers than crunches, with none of the risk. If you're wondering whether giving up crunches means losing core strength, consider this. A recent Johns Hopkins analysis of 3,000 older adults found that those who skipped crunches entirely and focused on planks and anti-rotation exercises actually improved their day-to-day stability, balance, and strength, all without a single new case of disc pain. Let's pause again. Are you still hanging on to sit-ups? Or is it time to make a change that could save your mobility and your comfort well into your 80s and 90s? The key message today is that long-term health depends less on how hard you push and more on how smart you train. After the age of 60, avoiding these 5 high-risk exercises and swapping them for senior-friendly movements is one of the greatest investments you can make in your future independence. According to the Harvard Aging Study, those who made these changes not only reduced their injury risk, but maintained their freedom and activity levels up to 15 years longer than peers who stuck with traditional routines. The path to lifelong mobility isn't about impressing anyone with risky lifts, but about building strength and stability for the moments that matter. Climbing stairs, playing with grandkids, hiking a favorite trail. You deserve to feel strong, confident, and pain-free both in and out of the gym. If you're ready for more independence and less worry, the best time to update your routine is now, before pain or injury forces you to stop for good. Have you ever unknowingly performed one of these risky exercises? Did an injury force you to rethink your fitness routine? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience can help others stay safe and active. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a healthy and vibrant life after 50. And check out this next video on reversing insulin resistance for even deeper insight into aging well. If you've ever felt tired or struggled with joint aches after 50, this channel is here to support you on your journey to better living.